you doing over here?
Oh, fine.
You got about 3 more minutes. Doesn't look like you're gonna make it.
Hey, can you get me another Diet Coke?
Sure.
You might think all these convenient and extensive shopping options would more than satisfy any country. But of course, America isn't just any country. For some, obtaining food here is just too easy, like shooting stuffed animals. They'd rather add an element of chance. In Keensburg, New Jersey, dubbed Fun City with unintentional irony, Mr. and Mrs. Typical Consumer don't just go to a store and buy their necessities. When they need a can of beans or some donuts, hungry thrill-seekers head down to the local amusement park and gamble for these commodities at the Wheel of Groceries.
How much is it to play, Tony?
25 cents to play a number.
Give me $5 worth here.
Sure.
Do you get regular people coming by, people coming by on a regular basis?
All the time. Good luck now.
Wouldn't it just be cheaper for someone just to go out and buy their groceries?
Well, you could buy anything, really, but the fun is playing and picking a winner also. It's entertainment besides just having to buy something. You're here to have fun and have a good time, plus to play and maybe win more.
Do you ever have anyone who comes down who's, like, really starving? And
No.
they think they're going to win something, and then they don't, and they go home with a very empty stomach?
No, it's very not much that case. That's... Sometimes they want to win an item that maybe at the end of the night they can't get anywhere else.
Unlikely as it seems, there are families who come here each week to win rather than buy their provisions.
Oh, I was one out.
On a day when Lady Luck is smiling, that means it might cost them only 3 times as much as at a supermarket.
Another winner going out. Another winner here. There you go, sir. Okay, here we go. Pick the winner now. Quarter game now. Round the right side. Debbie, right next door to the heart. Just missed it. Debbie that time.
Rub it in.
Debbie.
What's the most popular item then? When someone wins something, what do they normally go for?
There is definitely a popular item. Detergent. Everybody takes detergent. Hey, look now.
But would you get excited if you won some detergent, do you think? Or?
I don't know if I'd be excited. I see a lot of people go crazy here at times, and some people, you know, they just come to play.
So perfectly typical of the Americans who gamble their housekeeping here that several products like New Coke and Odor Eaters were actually test marketed on the wheel.
Another winner going out.
I'm going to go home hungry, aren't I, Tony?
Manufacturers know that if customers are prepared to gamble to get their hands on a product, it's a winner.
Come on in, pick the winner. Quarter game now. Let's do it. Coming down the bottom of the wheel. Dad. Got a winner on Dad right here. There you go.
I'm almost breathless. I'll have that detergent.
Another winner going out.
Detergent. I won some detergent.
Another
Never mind
winner.
the car, just give me that detergent, Tony.
Which flavor would you like? We have the Sea Mist, which is double the size of the All.
I don't know. What do you recommend?
Truthfully,
Yeah.
everybody likes the All, even though the other one's
I'll take the
double
All
the
then.
price.
I don't want to stick out from the crowd. Wow, I won detergent.
Another winner going out. Another winner here.
It really is Fun City.
Yeah.
There you go.
How you doing there? It looks like you ate it all. Great. You're gonna get a free meal.
Can you get me another Diet Coke?
Sure can.
And do you have a dessert menu?
Yes, we do. Right here. There we go.
Oh, and a wheelchair.
Yes.
When Americans aren't actually eating food, they're bound to be talking about it, or thinking about it, or patting their grossly distended bellies and smiling greasily with the recent memory of some overblown feast. And when too tired or lazy to do any of that, they can gaze lovingly at the huge, enticing roadside reminders that food is good.
Corporate symbols abound in America, but the one I'm going to introduce you to now is perhaps the most endearing. In England, we call them sausages, hot dogs, even on a good day, frankfurters. In America, they're known as wieners. And Oscar Meyer, the people that make these particular brand of fine wieners, are happy to promote them with this object, the Oscar Meyer Wienermobile. Now, imagine it's a grim day like today. You're weighed down with all your burdens, life's inequities, and you see the big sausage on wheels come trundling around the corner. Your first reaction may be to laugh, and that's okay. But deep down at the back of your mind, in your subconscious, you are saying, those Oscar Meyer people must be pretty nice guys. I have made a positive association in my mind. What more could you hope from a corporate symbol, except maybe to take it for a spin?
Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Meyer wiener.
You might wonder if it's truly necessary to build 6 moto dogs and dispatch them on a non-stop promotional trek. But remember, in America, they have to build trust in unusual ways. After all, what's the alternative? Make a quality product and just hope that people will catch on? I don't really think so.
Look, little Oscar.
Here's little Oscar and his Wienermobile. Little Oscar, the world's smallest chef. In his tiny, tiny kitchen, Oscar Meyer meets he's fixing. Oscar Meyer meets for treats for any meal.
If you saw some food lying around on the street, you wouldn't just pick it up and eat it. So why buy food in a store unless it has a label you can trust? Thus, the Wienermobile. Of course, you don't have to be mobile to gain attention. If you can build a cool-looking Mohammed, as the saying goes, you can make the mountain come to you. Newlyweds drive through the donut hole in La Puente, California, for good luck and for obvious symbolic reasons. This is the burger that ate LA. Unfortunately, it didn't really. The coffee pot in Bedford, Pennsylvania is caffeine-tastic, while Mammy's Cupboard in Natchez, Mississippi keeps the plantation spirit of the Old South alive. But no icon of the South is more beloved or successful than Colonel Harlan Sanders, the founder and immortal corporate image of Kentucky Fried Chicken. A museum in Louisville presents his inspiring saga.
I think the Colonel's image was critical to the success. The white suit, the beautiful white hair, the goatee, the Southern manners did make him unique. He was a man of great physical strength and stamina, but he was also very strong mentally. He was single-minded. Chicken was his life.
The Colonel does the work. He cuts up, fries up, serves up Sunday dinner 7 days a week. Take it home by the box, bucket, or barrel, but take it home. And take it from the Colonel. Kentucky Fried Chicken is finger-licking good.
Before he kicked the bucket, the Colonel dreamed of a world at peace, licking his secret recipe from its multi-hued fingers. An American saint, his relics draw pilgrims by the thousands. A talking cooking pot spins gripping yarns about the colourful Colonel and his deep-fried adventures. Tributes to the noble and tasty fowl that made it all possible are here, as well as the cooking implement that shook the world, the Colonel's first fry pot. And, quite fittingly, the tour guides speak of the great man in tones of loving reverence.
Until he was 65 and hit on Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel was almost a failure. He held so many jobs. He had been a captain on a ferry. He had been on the railroad. He had sold insurance, sold tires, had a service station, lots of jobs. But in the back of his mind was always this love for cooking. And he thought, if I could get a few people to serve my chicken and give me 5 cents, a nickel a head per chicken, maybe I can make enough to make $10,000 a year. That was his goal, $10,000 a year. And that's what he did. The Colonel would go into a little town and look for what we call a mom and pop restaurant, a little restaurant where maybe a husband and wife worked. He would go in and he would say, let me cook some of my chicken for you. Let me cook it for your employees. They're tired, they've just been through lunch hour. Let me cook the chicken and see what you think about it. And most times people would say yes. And that's what saved him at age 65. Had he quit, had he said, I'm 65, I'll accept my government check and we'll make do, there would never have been Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Imagine how tough it must have been for Colonel Sanders. Not only did he have to dress silly all his life to sell chicken, but he also had to avoid answering the same old question over and over again. What's in the secret recipe?
It's dry and savory, and then we have 4 ounces. 4 ounces of 4 ounces of your grandfather's overcoat.
Give up, girls. How to blend 11 herbs and spices that make Kentucky Fried Chicken so finger-licking good. That's the Colonel's secret. Forever.
In Britain, we honour illustrious poets, artists and war heroes. But in the US, they erect monuments to those who have tirelessly laboured to ensure that Mr. and Mrs. American can get more food into their stomachs faster than ever before. This may sound silly, but look at it this way. When they first decided to preserve Shakespeare's kitchen, everybody laughed then too. Here in Des Plaines, Illinois, is one of those monuments. the world's first McDonald's franchise, now preserved as a museum for tourists and school groups.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go.
Although there is no colonel to honour, the lifelike tribute to the unknown burger boy freezes forever the Cold War, thin Elvis thrill of life on the fast food frontier.
Love you so.
Even Speedy is here. He was the first McDonald's mascot, purged from history by a clown named Ronald. And what American food museum would be complete without the sweet, reverent tones of a saccharine tour guide?
Good morning. Welcome to McDonald's Museum.
Why, thank you.
This is how our store looked in 1955. It is Ray Kroc's first franchise store.
So this is hallowed ground?
Yes.
Okay.
This is 37 years old. It opened on April 15th, 1955.
The tour begins with an historic appliance.
These are the famous multi-mixers that Ray Kroc was selling when he became introduced to the McDonald brothers. He received an order for 8 of these machines and flew out to California to see what kind of a business needed 8 multi-mixers. So when he got out to California, this is the kind of business he found, and he was so impressed. He asked the McDonald brothers why they didn't franchise their store. And they said, well, they were making enough money, and they were having enough trouble. Who was going to do it for them? So Ray Kroc did the franchising for them.
He was quite old then, I believe, wasn't he?
Well, he was 54 years old.
Were the shakes as thick back then as they are now? Because they really
Yes,
do.
they were.
They take some serious sucking. I don't know if you found
Oh,
that out.
yes. Sometimes you need a spoon.
Yeah. A spoon or just serious sucking tackle.
Yes.
Yeah. What else do we have on here?
Well, down here we have the root beer barrel. Half the barrel was root beer and half was Coke. Your Coke always tasted a little differently in those days, depending on how generous the young man was that was making it. He'd give you a couple squirts of Coke and mixed it with carbonated water. Now Coke comes all pre-mixed, so it
So it
always
was
tastes the
mixed
same.
up on the premises?
Yes, it
Did
was.
people used to bribe him and say, go heavy on the syrup?
Oh, maybe they did sometimes. Depends on how sweet they like the Coke.
Get that sugar buzz.
Right.
We all enjoy that sugar buzz.
I think so.
I think so too. And these are fries on display?
Yes, these are what fries were put out here then and sold in our little Speedy bags. As you can see, all over our store, the little character called Speedy.
So
that was our logo before the Golden Arches.
What happened to Speedy? Where's Speedy now?
Well, Speedy's kind of a thing of the past, like this store.
There was kind of a coup. Ronald McDonald came in and got rid of the guy, organised a power base.
Well, I don't know about that, but all I know is that that was our logo before the Golden Arches.
Wasn't Speedy also a logo for Alka-Seltzer?
Yes, I think he was, but, you know, I don't know about
You don't want to
that,
get involved
so,
in that?
No.
No, and quite right too.
The place reeks of history, and eager school children must be overjoyed to learn that the McDonald's they so heartily consume today are remarkably similar to the ones first served 30 years ago.
For $1, you could eat just about everything on the menu.
That's right.
And then go home and feel quite unwell, no doubt.
I think so.
And how well did they do business-wise on the first day,
Well,
for
they
example?
did very well. The first day's business was $322. It was a cloudy day, so business was not that good as it was the next day.
Do you ever sneak in at night and just sort of wander around and eat some of the plastic food?
No, but we have people that drive by at night and swear these men are moving back here.
Drunkards.
No, I don't know about that. We even have people coming during the day, knocking on the window and demanding service and coming in very upset and wonder why they're not getting waited on. So they do look real.
You should get a breathalyzer fixed outside there. These people are drinking.
I don't think so.
Either
These
that-
people just look real.
Maybe they're on that sugar buzz.
You may scoff at those eager Yanks who seek a taste of actual fast food with their taste of fast food history, but when the fake food looks that good, who can blame them?